I'm Ryan, and welcome to Motive Stage, and I'm from Motive. And Motive is a professional design tool for user interface. And today I'm very glad to announce GA release of Motive here, and also give you some introductions about our product. And firstly, let's check the history of design tools for GUI. And Photoshop, I think, is a very strong design tool to deal with any pixel images. And in fact, it dominates in this area for more than 30 years. But many, many years ago, this tool, which is even older than me, is also a professional design tool for web interface. And these things continues when there is a guy named Steve Jobs said one more thing, and we start to design app interface. And I think that Sketch grabbed this opportunity and simplify some functions of Photoshop and also invent some new things and becomes the most popular professional design tool for user interface. And then came along with Figma, puts all things, puts its editors online, and every member in product development, and they can share, view, edit files online and design together. And I think things changed again. So every time when era is changing, and there is always a new design tool coming. So who is the next? Rather than think, just do it. So for Motive, we want to make a design tool for AI era. And next, I'll give you some introduction about what we have achieved by AI in these 2 years. And trying to find something new is always a challenge. So at first, our product managers trying to find out something like frequent actions that maybe happen in the daily work in designers, because here we think that more frequencies of these actions and more value we may enhance by AI. And the first things we find is repetition. Repeat or repetition is very common in UI design because it makes things easier and make users to easier understand about the information across the interface. And if we observe that how designers will achieve these repetitions, we will find that they just use the most common functions like copy and paste, or they can use shortcut Command+D to make these duplications. And after that, another thing usually happens, they need to modify these duplications, especially for images and text content. So here, there are 3 steps: copy, paste, modify. So can we just make this long process a little shorter, like just 1 step? And let me introduce our first AI function, AI reduplication. So firstly, we want to name this function like AI copy or AI repeat, but at last we choose reduplication because this term can explain these features exactly. And here you see that designers just need to select the layers they want to copy, and they can make the duplications, and AI will replace all the content smartly for them. And here the images we create, it is not generated by AI directly, but we let AI to learn about the prior files in design teams, and then can get the best matchings, and we think that is more suitable for the demand of the design teams. And for the text part, like for this card, if I use AI reduplication, so here you will find that the name or maybe the description for name, it is from the prior files, AI learned it. And for the reviews, maybe it's just the new part, so we just use the AI to generate some new content for that. So more cases. And for me, I think that repetition is everywhere in UI design, so you may use these functions everywhere in your everyday work. OK, so that's the first magic of AI. Let's check the next. And we continue to try to find out some new frequent action. And the second one we found out is layout. Changing layout is very common things in UI design. at first hand, it is very important for user experience. And on the other hand, it also affects the result of the business, like how should I put this CTA button? So that's the things about layout. And if we observe that how designers make this layout, we find they may make this layout in two ways. And the first way is freeform design, and the other is structured design. So for freeform design, it's a very intuitive thing. Almost in every design tool, I think that you can drag and drop the layers here and there wherever you want. As its name is very free. And for structured design, designers may use some advanced features like auto layout to make the frames and the groups of these layers. So when you want to adjust these layers by group, it will be very convenient for you to adjust that. But once you have chosen structured, and if you want to adjust something, to add some new things, or just to move this button in the interface, it's very hard, because at this time, this structure will be a restriction for you. So you want to go back to freeform. It's very hard, because unless you have destroyed the whole structure of these things, it costs another time. So here, since freeform design, structured design, they both have pros and cons. What we think about is that, can we just make something between them, like a switch? So designers can switch between these two modes. And let me introduce our second function, AI layout. In AI layout, we let AI to have ability to recognize the different types of layers in UI design, and then AI can make these layers into the logic group, so it can be turned to a structure mode. And because these things, it is done by AI, so it is not just a one-door solution. It should be a two-way door solution. So if you want to go back to free, it's OK. And I'll show you a use case about that. Like for this interface, it's very intuitive thing that I just use a freeform design to make the version 1, like for music events for an app. And here I have a new demand for version 2, like I want to add some new things, or like I want to add a notice bar in 2. So I can use AI layout to turn to the structure mode and just put this notice, and I can structure, change the order, and even I can put this length of the text longer, and you see all the things is adaptive and responsive. Oh, it's cool. OK, so at this time, in version 3, if I have a new demand that I want to change the layout of this card or add some new things, so I can go back to freeform. Like I just add the labels besides this pricing. So it's freeform design, so just drag and drop. I can put in a suitable place I want to be. And I can turn back to structure again, like if I change the length of this pricing, and OK, you see that the labels, OK, it will follow the pricing. So freeform structures, we remove the boundaries between these two modes. That's AI layout. And we put these two features, AI reduplication and AI layout, to a collection we called AI Toolbox. Motive's vision for AI Toolbox is, we believe, all of the classic design tools can be redefined by AI in the future. So maybe we will put forth more useful tools into this toolbox. OK, next part. And before, I have showed you something we achieved by AI for designers, and we also want to do something benefits for design teams. And when talking about design teams, there is one thing we cannot miss is design systems. And thanks to Brad Frost and his book, Atomic Design, written about more than 10 years ago, has made the concept of the design systems very widespread to all the product design teams. And I think it is the best practice for all the teams who want to make things consistent. However, in 2022, I have talked with about 70 heads of different design teams, and I find they are facing lots of problems when they practicing the design systems. Creating a new design system is always the first step, but for some reason, it becomes the last step for many teams. And some teams said that their business changes too fast, and they don't have time to update their design system, so it's out of updated. And I also heard from many designers that it's very tough things. Every time I finish my designs, I need to check one by one with the guidelines. It's harmful for my eyesight, like this thing. So if we conclude all of these problems, and maybe we'll find three things, like create, maintain, and consistent check. So it seems the problems to be very clear in the workflow of design systems. So for Motif, our solution is very straightforward. We just take remedy for the disease. So for create, maintain, and consistent check, we lead a creator, a maintainer, and also a checker. And welcome to see Motif Solution, AI Design Systems. Firstly, AI Design System Creator. And here, you will see lots of interfaces. It's horrible for designers because it's just the tips of iceberg. And every time, if you want to create a design system, you need to check all the design files, check this interface one by one, and then find out the components or styles from this interface and make into the groups. So the book Atomic Design called this process as interface inventory. And for me, I think this process is very necessary for all teams who want to practice design systems. But it also took much time, like several weeks or even 1 or 2 months for team to finish that. But now, in Motif, the things have changed. The design team only needs to choose the file they want to use and just click one button, wait 3 or 5 minutes, and now you get a result, a full list of the interface inventory. And here you can check all the candidate styles and components here, like you can check color style here, typography here, and also components like buttons here. And in addition, we have a function, you can track the applications about how many times you have used these buttons, and also you can go back to the real situations where you use this. So it's very convenient for the design team to decide, okay, which buttons we should stay and which should go. And for the next, maintainer. And business is changing every day, so we design new interfaces every day, so also with the new patterns every day. That's why we need to update our design systems. And in Motif, we give out a function that you can get a result directly by the all maintenance result. And here, AI will learn about your current design system first, so AI know what buttons has already in your design system, and then you can scan the recent design files, and then AI can find out some new things like new buttons. So by this comparison way, I think it will make much more convenient for the design team to update your design system every week or every day and really make your design system alive. Next part, consistent checker. Checker, I think this term should not be very strange for you because all of us have used many kinds of checkers, like we use spelling checker, we use Grammarly checker. So it's an intuitive thing that we should have some checker for UI design. And in Motif, we support 3 times in consistent checker. And here you can check the text styles, the color styles, and even for the components like the buttons. And once you have finished your designs, you can just let the AI to check things for you. And if AI finds something is wrong, you can use the replace function to replace all the wrongs with the right ones. OK, and a brief summary for this part. And in collaboration era, I think Figma has done a very great job. It puts design system online, and every members can edit and apply applied design system to the team, and it boosts the efficiency. But it doesn't solve the problems. There are still much work in design systems, practicing, and this work is like some long valuable things. So in AI era, what Motif is doing now is that we hope AI can assist design teams to get rid of this tedious work and then back to more valuable things, like back to the real design. OK, so the previous functions I introduced is we zoom in into some current working scenarios about designers and design teams. And I think now we need to zoom out a bit. We need to think something for future. And if we find a way trying to describe what is design, it may be like this way: design is from the intentions to actions. Like we put our previous features into this mode, it works, and it always that the human can have the intentions first, and we let the AI to take actions for these intentions. It's very cool. But for me, I think if we want to think bigger, or we want to think more things for the future, we may to let AI to involve more in the design team, and maybe the designers and the AI can sit in one round table. In this round table, intentions and actions is not just one way. It can be a circle way, repeat for many times, and then converging to the final results the designers want to achieve. So welcome to Motif Lab, and where we're doing research about how human and AI collaborate in one round table. First, I'll show you a new interaction way named AI Magic Box. So just watch it firstly. OK, here you see that designers just need to drag a box simply, and AI will return the best matchings of the content to this box. So here, although dragging a box is a very simple action, AI can learn much about that because it can know the size of this box, the position of this box, and also the contextual information around this box. And then it can make the inference to turn back with the best fittings. And for this interaction way, we think it's very new because in classic design way, it is usually that designers always had a clear intentions at first, and then they use the design tools to finish these clear intentions. But for now, if we have AI Magic Box, maybe I just have some vague intentions, and I can use these functions like drawing some wireframes on whiteboard, and the AI can help me to complete all of the things and make the efficiency much more higher. So here, human sketches, and AI builds it. That's AI Magic Box. And next, let's talk about something bigger. AI generates UI. ChatGPT, Midjourney, Sora, I think in these 2 years, all of you guys have experienced the magic of AIGC, that AI can generate content like text, images, and also videos for us. And for me, I think user interface is also a very important resource for the whole digital world. So it's Motif's honor that we can make something helpful in this area. So I'll show you some achievements we have made in Motif Lab about AI generates UI. And talking about AIGC, intuitive things is that I can input some prompts to AI, like I can describe my intentions. When I made these keynotes, what I'm thinking about is just perhaps I can make app pages for Super AI. So I just tell AI, OK, I want an agenda for Summit named Super AI. And then I give more information, like what I want to show in this agenda. And also, I want myself to appear in this interface. I just tell the AI my name and my topic. And because it's an app, so in the bottom bar, I need to think about, OK, besides these pages, what other pages like home pages, speakers pages, and also my profile page. And last step, I need to pick up a color, a theme color for Super AI. It's purple. OK, fantastic. So I have these prompts. I just input these prompts into Motif. OK? And click button generate, wait about 30 seconds. OK, it's here. We have a whole interface of the agenda, and you can check all the information like the speakers, and Ryan Zhang is here, right? And also, if we check more specifically, like each speaking time interval is 30 minutes, and it's starting from 9 a.m., which means that AI has followed my instruction correctly. OK, so I just use this function to make more interfaces, like I can make a homepage for Super AI. You see the Marilla Bay sends the picture AI generates, and also the speakers. And my profile page, I can submit my keynotes here. OK, so here are 4 pages I created for Super AI by AI. Is that cool? OK. And for me, I don't think that one-time generation is reliable because in real situation, the generation, one-time generation is not enough because the final result usually after several rounds of polishment or discussions. So here the key value things for design, I think, is the decision-making by human, and I think that's the value AI will never replace humans. So now it's your turn. You can continue to do this work like you can continue to edit everything, every text or this content in the generated pages, and all things, it is generated in structured way, so adjust is very easy. And if you don't satisfy with this structure, if you think it's restriction, and you can still use our AI layout to just change switch between freeform and structures, so we make the dots connect. And for Motif, we think it's a long journey before we get to the final destination of AI-generated UI, so we try to get there by stages. So the first stage we named the lab stage is just what I showed to you, and we have a booth outside. So if you are interested in it, you can just experience these fantastic features outside. And the second stage, I named it as adoption stage, which means that more designers and the design teams can use this function in their real working scenarios. And there are 2 things which is very important. The first thing is that the designers can input more things rather than text, and they can input like just drawing something, just use our AI magic box to draw. OK, we connect the dots again, and even input some wireframes or directly input the PRDs of product managers to let AI to know more information. And for the output side, I think the most crucial thing is that we need to let AI to comprehend the design systems of the business. Because if we check all the interfaces which is producing every day, we will find that most interfaces is based on the old ones or based on the current design system. So productivity will unleashed if we have achieved this. And the final stage, I call it paradigm. And I think at that time, maybe the workflow, the relationship between human and design tools may change, but it's relatively far from here. So I would like to say it's undefined unless we have entered the second stage. And for now, that Motif has done some deeper research about this. So maybe in the next few months, we may put forth a stronger AI-generated UI, and at that time, you can input more than text, and you can get some settings and output maybe with your own design patterns. Last, let's take a holistic view of Motif. And besides the features I just introduced, the AI features, Motif is also a very strong professional design tool. So we offer comprehensive features like professional tools, even with some advanced tools like you can find auto layout constraints, vector network here. And also, we are a design tools based on cloud. So for multiplayers, collaborations, it's OK. And we also have design system, a very strong management system libraries for all of the variables or for the styles and the components. And you can prototyping here to make your designs directly to prototyping. No need to use any other tools. And also we have dev mode tailored for developers for better handoff and a better experience for developers. And more, we also take product performance very seriously. And since Motif is a web-based design tool, and you can directly use Motif on browser, it's very convenient. So every actions and interactions, like zoom out, zoom in, drag and append canvas, bug options, it is very important for our user experience. And Motif sets many kinds of benchmarks like FPAs for us to improve our performance. And by a recent assessment, I'm very proud to say that when we compare Motif with some other web-based design tools like Figma, and we are the best. And even in a single canvas with more than 1 million layers, designers can still edit things in a very smooth and robust way. And I think we are the first design editor to achieve this. OK, last part, pricing. So price is what you pay, and value is what you get. For Motif, our pricing philosophy is that we think price should be always one part of the value we bring to our users. So here, the only question is that what's the core value for Motif as a design tool for AI era? So here, definitely, we think that the value should be from AI. So that's the reason why we separate the price for Motif Basics and Motif AI. For Motif Basic, we think that in AI era, these basic comprehensive features with high performance is still very important and very necessary for all designers. But it will become something like a standard package, like tap water in almost every design tool. It should be standard. So we set a very cost-effective price for this standard package. And for Motif AI, we set the price as free for limited time because we want to welcome more early adopters to experience our innovative features and give us more feedback about that. By the way, the HQ of Motif is in Singapore, and we love this city, so we also set a special free offer for all of the startups in Singapore. So welcome. So that's all for my speaking today. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future. Welcome to Motif, and welcome to AI era. Let's take this frontier together. Thank you.